What's up, peoples? Mr. Anomaly coming at you again. Another day with Mr. A. This one here is the 10 brutal truths about women. In parentheses, it says, this will make you mad, coming from a woman. I only listened to like the first minute. She was already, the first one, I was already like, yep, okay, let's see what she got to say. I find it funny. I was lurking in her comments. And of course, when I say it, people get upset. But whenever a woman says it, regurgitates the same thing, you're so smart and men are funny, but let's see what she got to say, man. I just just thinking about that T app and see how people are all on a tissy on it. I'm just laughing. Dating is dead. Dating's been dead, man. It's been dead. The moment y'all said it's just sex, man, it was dead right then and there. You know what I'm saying? But I digress on that. Here we go.
Or gentlemen. Gentlemen might be the one listening to this video this time because this is the 10 brutal truths you don't want to hear about women, and they'll make you mad if you're a woman. But if you're a man, you might be clapping it up for me. For once, I might have the gentleman clapping. These are things that I think from getting the DMs, the millions of messages back and forths with women, from my TikTok, from everywhere. And these are 10 analytical truths that I've come up with, and you might agree with them, you might not. I might not agree with them by the time I conversate about them and deduce their truthfulness, but I wanted to bring up these points because everything is part of a discussion and a conversation. The number one truth is women don't actually like men. Before we get into that, I just want to say I'm looking down at my notes here.
Most women don't like most men. Most women don't like most men, and that's why I'm gonna be I'm gonna be doing this a lot. I already know it. I can already feel it. This is why the video I pasted with the woman talking about every man don't hit the bottom and all that. All that stuff don't really matter, bro. Penis size, all that. If she like you, if she's into you, your penis size don't matter. Most women don't like most men. That's the problem. That's why they got to get the power tool. That's why they got to, fantasize that somebody else is doing it. Most women don't like most men. Dudes are dealing with women who are just in survival mode.
To write them in something very special. It's going to be coming soon. If you've ever got the her journal, incredible, luxurious version of it. If you're a feminine energy woman. Anyway, number one truth, women don't actually like men. They like the idea of men. I think often women are misguided about what it actually means or what men actually are. I think they like the romantic notion of men, and they like almost to fantasize about the idea of a woman in a man's body, that they might have.
Man, that romance, bro. Romance, man. 99, stripper doctor even said it. 99, she wanted to say 100. 99%, I'm saying 100. All of them. Romance. If she's on this phone, romance. If she's on this phone, romance. Dudes don't want to accept this, man. Again, they're not living in the same reality.
As us, that they might fall in love like us, that they might love like us, like this nurture the idea of a woman in a man's body, that they might have the same romantic notions as us, that they might fall in love like us, that they might love like us, like this nurturing love that we experience as women, that men might have it as well. Women spend years and years, this is where I got this from, trying to change men into something else. Men don't, unless they are narcissistically prone, try and change women into something else. The biggest tragedy for men is that they.
The T app is a prime example of that. That's literally showing you a reflection of what's been going on for many years. They're all getting banged out by a small percentage of men. And since those men aren't taking them seriously, now they're doxing them. And I find it funny now. Their information's out there. Matches made in hell. That's all that is. They're romantic. They're under the romantic ideology. They bit the fruit, just like Eve. Nothing's changed. They bit in the fruit. She thinks she's unique. She thinks she's special. The Dumb and Dumber program, 1 in a million. It'll work out, and then when it doesn't, now they're bitter.
Changes, and that is tragic, lads. Women do change with time. Everyone changes, right? But the biggest tragedy for women is that they find a guy and he won't change into the thing that she wants. Women like to take on a project, okay? They build up a fantasy character in their head, a man who doesn't exist, who's 6 foot tall, who's got a six pack, who makes six figures, who doesn't have a Velcro wallet, which is, by the way, the biggest ick apparently to women ever. And there's a man loading a Woolworths trolley, okay, in a shopping center and staring at me as he does it because he's a man and he's not a woman. And men and women are different, okay? They want someone who's going to be their best friend, listen to their emotions, stroke their ego, understand how they feel, but at the same time he's got to be Brutius Maximus, okay? And he's got to like throw everyone out of the way as you walk through and have no emotions and be a stoic a Roman soldier. Listen.
And this isn't. Good luck trying to. I don't debating in this and arguing this. I don't know what dudes are doing out here. These women are gone, man. They're under the demonic indoctrination. Their choice, by the way. And you still got Adams out here. Adam. A bunch of Forrests out here trying to change this and save this, man. I say let it. Hey, man, do you, man? If you get one that wants to stick around, and again, that's a finite amount of time. Cool. If not, cool, man. Again, that internal cultivation is undefeated, man. That's been my message since day one. I've been consistent on that, man. Internal cultivation is your solution, man. Dudes don't like that, though.
Exist. The two do not exist. That is why women are obsessed with Beauty and the Beast, where the beast is a beast to the world, but a loving puppy to her. Babe, I'm a woman. I'm obsessed with it too, okay? That's why we like the vampires or the dark brooding characters. Okay, and we just want them to like us. And I know the fantasy is real and I really love that. But you cannot take a man and try and force him to change into something that you want. If you found a guy who's not very emotive and very, very stoic, please do not get upset that he's not buying you Valentine's anniversaries. If you find a man who's more...
I said before, I'll say it again. Even if they did get the elusive Chad or the elusive Pookie, even if they did get him to get rid of his motorbike and get the family minivan and get the house and settle down, even if he did all that, they would still get bored. It's literally the Ouroboros, man. They're eating their own tail. That's why I talk through most of them. I don't care how that sounds. I don't go back and forth, man. I just don't, because that's what you're dealing with, man. The level of delusion it's again the Adam and Eve. It's literally right in our faces, man.
Please do not be upset that he's not beating up guys at the bar for you. I don't know why he would be, but all those things. We don't actually like men as they are. We like the idea of a man, the idea of a romantic character, okay? The pivot. With every truth, I'm going to give you a pivot and an idea, okay? Do I really accept this man as he is, for any husbands or boyfriends that you might have, or am I in love with the potential? Only date for reality, not for a fantasy. Just because he's tall doesn't mean he is brave. Just because he is smart doesn't mean he's going to make you a ton of money, okay? Don't equate things. For example, his height does not equate to his bravery or his masculinity, okay? He might just be tall. He did not stretch himself. He didn't work on that tallness, okay? It's not an asset he has. Truth number 2. Now Granny's putting away stroller. Granny's looking at me. For those of you who are not watching, I am in my car. The place where I feel most at peace and most myself. Truth number 2. Women want control more than they want love. This one is so real that I cannot even express to you how real it is. We romanticize most myself. Truth number 2. Women want control more than they want love. This one is so real that I cannot even myself. Truth number 2. Women want control more than they want love. This one is so real that I cannot even express to you how real.
Control, man. Yep. That's why they get upset if you see that elusive guy that has multiple women. They can't control that guy. Or just the single man who is in his own sovereignty. They can't control that guy. They don't like him. They can control Mr. Gump, who puts her in his forever category, just off the rip. You're in my forever category, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. She is bored. They want what they can't control. Well, they want control. They want the control, man. It makes sense, man. They try to control the Pook. They try to control the Ted. They try to control the Richard. They think that they're unique. I'll give him some, and he's just gonna fall in love because my vagina is like no other vagina. And then she realizes her vagina is just like all the other vaginas. She feels some kind of way.
Love as selfless, but most women's version of love is about control. Controlling what a man does, controlling his money, controlling his assets, controlling what he looks at, controlling if he watches porn or not, controlling his sexuality, controlling his freedom. And me, I'm a woman. Remember, I'm on your side, right? Me, I also get soothed internally by the control of a man, okay? I'm not going to lie about it, but I'm working on it, and I'm working on it so well that it's working. You cannot, when I say the thing that a man needs most in a relationship is his freedom, and everyone freaks out and throws the toys out of the bathwater, or whatever that expression is, it is true. Women, the reason men are scared of relationships is because women take away the freedom of men subliminally and emotionally. Not in terms of like suppressive countries that suppress women and take away their freedom and every right, but in this subversive, coercive way, okay? We say we want devotion, but underneath we want to be the center of someone's universe forever. Do not do anything with your life, time, money, eyes, freedom, body, nothing. Me. And I understand because you're a goddess and so you should be worshipped. Someone's calling me, 1 second. Sorry for that. Someone's calling me about something that is really not important. And
You're a goddess. You're a meatbag. You're a fucking mortal. You're a goddess. Strip away your beauty. Strip away the dudes trying to goon after you and fuck you. What are you? What are you? Nothing. 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 You're dust. Sit y'all monkey asses down with this goddess crap, bro. I swear to God, man. Take away your looks. Take away your little curves. That's why they get mad. That's why y'all try to hold on to your youth with plastic surgery and shit, man. That haughtiness just disgusting. Disgusting, bro. Sit your ass down with that crap, man.
For me, because they don't want me to share the goods, share the knowledge, okay? We want to be the center of somebody's universe because it's almost like a soothing thing. You know what I mean? It's almost like the dad who didn't love us or the boy who didn't choose us at school. We have this toxic feminine trait of, unless he has given up all of his freedom and all of his time and all of his ways that he does things, then I don't feel loved. The notion that a man's most important thing is to have his freedom to remain himself, not have the freedom, ladies, don't freak out, to go to the bar and sleep with every single woman there. Just the freedom to remain himself triggers you so much, you understand? That's a problem, okay? This is the pivot. You can't control another person and love them at the same time.
This is why if you're a man who knows what he wants and you're up front and you have your rules, principles, and standards, most of them are going to run from you because they know that they can't manipulate you and there's not going to be any drama, there's not going to be any bull crap. You're going to eliminate about 98%. Most of them will run from you because you know what you want and they're too busy used to dealing with dudes who bent the knee to the Jezebel and will hop through hoops to try to get with them. To either get with them long term or to fuck with them. Either way. But yeah, man, that just goes in a line with what Chris Rock was saying. It's never enough. It's never enough. No matter what you do, your woman is mad at you. Let me see if I can find it. Let me show you. Let me see. Let me let her keep playing while I'm looking for this.
Think is love is not love. You want to control him. Choose. Do you want to control or do you want connection? If you want connection, then you have to let someone be who they are, Jessica. You have to let someone be who they are, because if they are your puppet and they are just operated and ruled by fear of losing you, that is not love, baby girl, okay? Hi, baby. It's one of those rainy days. I'm in my car. I finally have a moment to think and breathe. That is me right now. And honestly,
personally, it's too late. The fact that you try to learn this on the fly, man, it's too late, in my opinion. But let me play my Chris Rock real quick.
If you work all the time, why you work all the time? You ain't never home. You always leaving me. I hate this shit. If you home all the time, why you all up under me? Let me get some fucking room to breathe. Damn, stop sweating me. I hate this shit.
So that, yeah, if you stop working all the time, you're at home all the time. Now she mad, you can't win. You can't win.
If you make more money than her, well, fuck you. I want to make decisions too. You ain't my fucking daddy. I don't need you to take care of me. I hate this shit. If she makes more money than you, You broke motherfucker! You never have no fucking money! Fuck this shit! I don't want to make all these decisions! I need to be taken care of! I hate this shit!
The number one reason why your woman is pissed the fuck off, because you weren't her first choice. That's all that is. That's all that is. But it's never enough, man. It's never enough.
Check in and actually understand what's supporting me, like what's really in my wellness routine, and I want to share it with you. One thing I've been really loving lately is Beekeepers Naturals. If you haven't heard of them, they are from the bees, the kids. I've been using their product from the inside out. They support your immunity and help with that pesticides and heavy metals at a one-off right now. Just go to Beekeepers and being her. So
That's
you're
right.
sitting. Women are more narcissistic right now, and you're thinking, how can I improve my wellness? He's such a narcissist. I'm doing Beekeepers Naturals is the way to go. Truth number 3, thrice here. Women are more narcissistic than they think. He's such a narcissist. He's such a narcissist. Everything he does is such a narcissist. Okay, he's a narcissist, yeah? But what about us? Let's look at ourselves. I believe narcissism isn't the worst thing in the world. Remember, things are not always as they seem. Every theory has been thought of by a human, even the idea of narcissism. In the modern world, some narcissism is healthy, okay? There's a cyclone out here, everything's blowing around, and we are speaking the truth. We love to accuse men of being narcissists, but the truth is that many women are even more self-centered because we do not reflect on our narcissism. We want everything. To be admired, to be chosen, to be worshipped, to have our career, to work, to have money, to not work, to have money, have it all at the same time. Feminism, not feminism, pay for me, but don't pay for... Listen, you can have it, but not at the same time. The idea, I watched Candace Owens go on a jubilee with feminism, and women's biggest rhetoric and biggest disgust is that children will take away your freedom and then you cannot work. You cannot work and work makes you happy. Bruh, it's not that horrible to have a family and a child. You've been indoctrinated in some formality of the fact that now work gives you purpose. Nothing intrinsically is going to give you your purpose, not children, not work or anything. You give yourself purpose and the meaning that you give to it. The notion that you want to have it all, I should be able to have children and everything and work but not pay because he should be the first one to pay the bill. It's exhausting. We want our...
She ain't saying nothing new. That's why I said the normies are catching up. You know what I mean? She ain't saying nothing new. I mean, this is all repeat. But let's keep going.
Think of nothing but us, and we want to have those children, and we want to have the career, and I want it too, babe. Like, I understand. But there has to be self-sacrifice in community. There has to be hardships in something.
Good luck with that. She's not wrong. I mean, this is all correct, but the indoctrination most of these women under, good luck. If you as a man, that's not your charge to try to pull that out of them either. That's something they got to work on. Again, they're not wise. All this is just confirming is they're not wise. Long term, they're not. Long term, I would not get involved. All this is doing is confirming the programming of Babylon. These women aren't wise. Cum dumps, move accordingly because they're gonna be suing y'all out, you know. But hey, man. All this is confirming is they're not wise. That's all this is, and they're under indoctrination, which I've been saying for the longest time. She's just confirming it. She's literally confirming it, everything she's talking about right now. Again, all her research, she's bigger than me. She got over 100-some-thousand subs, and this is what she's coming up with. One of Legion. They're all saying the same thing, man. Dudes are under romantic indoctrination as well. We can sit here and talk about women, but dudes are as well.
I don't want children. Well, what do you want? Work is too hard, I don't want to work. I want the soft life. Okay, don't work then. Don't have children, don't work. I want the soft life. Okay, well, I guess you've got to be beautiful. If you're going to be someone's that cat, you've got to be beautiful. I don't want to be beautiful. Why should I have to be beautiful? Okay, be smart then. Be smart. Maybe you can entertain someone who's going to give you money, even though you don't have a job, you're not going to have children, you're not beautiful, for the fact that you're smart. I don't want to be... Why should I have to get an education? Okay, you absolute narcissist. Instead of seeking to be worshipped, learn to worship yourself and understand yourself so you don't demand it from others, so that you have a sense of worship. Maybe not even yourself, maybe the world. I've been talking on my TikTok lately about mothering. Why on earth are you always mothering someone else's grown-up son when the world is in dire need of feminine energy and a feminine touch. There are so many kitties, puppies, children, turtles, and everything, trees and plants that need nurture. But yet, no, you want to control Jonathan. You want to control Jonathan and make sure he eats his soup. He is fine. He's a grown man, okay? Stop wanting to be worshipped like a goddess and become a goddess first, okay? Truth number 4.
That requires internal cultivation, which the majority don't have until after the fact. But again, as a man, hey man, how y'all want to play it, bro? They're all over the place, man. And again, this just shows you the indoctrination, man. And it all stems from the Adam and Eve. This is my opinion. And like I said again, you gotta think of the dudes who mold themselves to this, who think they're nothing without this. And again, you wonder why they're depressed and they, all that tiredness that no amount of sleep can cure. I mean, listen to this, man. This is why it's very important to get that internal cultivation before you get involved, man. That is more important than anything. Figuring out who the hell you are. You got so many men out here letting this base their self-worth and trying to jump through flaming hoops with gasoline draws on, bro. Man, you can't do it, bro. Golly.
But refuse to have a spirit. Stop wanting to be worshipped like a goddess and become a goddess first, okay? Truth number 4. Women crave to be chosen but refuse to have a spirit of sharing, okay? Women hate other women and they won't admit it, okay? The biggest question, one of them I get, is female friendship, okay? I have an ability.
I think really, because if you notice women, all women, they all do this. No matter how that woman looks, other women will say she's beautiful. And I think that stems like, women, that woman looks like a freaking fat land whale, booger wolf. But she's beautiful. You guys are full of it. She's beautiful. Women keep other women in this perpetual state of delusion. And like she said, I truly believe they hate each other. Why would you do that? We in this space all the time. We roast dudes all the time. Like I said before, I'll say it again. I had some gump come. Hey, Mr. A, can you make a video how I got to cope the rest of my life knowing that I'm not gonna have I'm not gonna have a woman that's a virgin? Oh yeah, I also got a porn addiction. Nigga, if you don't get your ass off my channel with that dumb shit, are you kidding me? Stuff like that. You want a woman to sit up there and you want burning desire, but you don't hit the gym, you don't eat healthy, you don't get your money up, you just sit there. And you want her to just have this, you want that IG thought that all these other dudes that are gooning towards, you want her to look at you and be like, hey, you're just somehow more unique than all the other guys who goon to me. Man, take your ass on somewhere. Yeah, come on, man. See, we do that in this space. Women don't do that. Women, you can go out there, you go out there around your body, have a bunch of kids, you're still a queen, you're still a goddess, you still look good. They hype each other up. They keep each other single. And like I said, I agree. They hate each other. I agree with that.
Cultivated it. The biggest question, one of them I get, is female friendship, okay? I have an ability, I don't know how I've cultivated it, maybe because I've got a good relationship with my mum, I don't know, to have female friendship. A lot of women don't. Even down to the fact that women who make content about, let's say, self-improvement, will talk constantly about someone copied me, I don't care. It's about the message. I saw Shira7, who is Chef's Kiss Amazing, I don't know all of her message, but just how she conducts herself. She got told, somebody's copying your content. She goes, babes, I don't care. I am living my life and it's about the message. The message is out there, I'm happy. I feel the same way. Copy my content if you want to.
That's good wisdom. I ain't gonna lie, I'm still dealing with that because like I said again, I feel like my shit should be out there, you know what I mean? And I guess maybe that's some hubris on my part that I gotta, but like somebody said, Jesus only had 12 disciples, so you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's good wisdom. I'll take that, yeah. As long as it's out there, as long as it's in the universe and it's making an impact, whether I see it or not. So that's good wisdom. I told you, man, hey man, I'm still growing and learning. I can take, wisdom, you get it from, right there, boom. That's good shit.
Got told, somebody's copying your content. She goes, babes, I don't care. I am living my life and it's about the message. The message is out there, I'm happy. I feel the same way. Copy my content if you want to. Go for gold, my friend, because I'll always be moving and pivoting anyway, and then my message gets shared, okay? Modern women want the ownership of things. They want to be the first one. They want to be the best at it. Instead of understanding the nature of the world and of friendship and of the fact that like men can really achieve things in community and women really struggle to do that. She cannot accept that she's not the best and the only one at stuff. We find it very, very hard to have other women in our vicinity that are good at stuff. Okay? We want to be the only one, but we hate to share space and time. Sharing doesn't always literally mean like having some polygamous relationship, which I don't believe in, okay? It can mean sharing attention, it can mean sharing space and allowing freedom for others to be themselves. You do not have to be the crown and glory of every situation, okay? You need to be able to have a communal spirit. Number 5, controversial one. Let's go there. Women use sex as a weapon and then act shocked when it backfires. And you know what? Me?
Real quick on that one. I was going to do a video. I might as well add it on this one. If it doesn't mean anything to them, why should it mean something to you? Just like she said right there. If it don't mean anything to them, they can use it as a weapon. If it don't mean shit to them, then they can't, well, you know, they do it all the time. You choose to accept it as a man, but then they want to turn around and say it means something when they come around you. To me, like I said, that offends me because somebody out here, I ain't throwing my dick around. So whenever that happens, I'm just like, how are you different from all the other women who do this? I ask the tough questions because I'm living this. So it's like, but again, if a dude is lonely and thinks he ain't shit without a woman, he don't ask these questions. If it doesn't mean anything to them, why should it mean something to you? Y'all be seeing them on the prawn and stuff, faking the orgasms, faking, oh my gosh, you're the best I ever, oh my gosh, you're the best I ever had. Oh, and dudes be like, yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, already had her bottom blown out. Already had her head shit on by the guy that she wanted, and he viewed her as a piece of meat. But here she is, you the best I ever had. Man, come on, bro. That's why sex is the last thing. I don't even give a damn about that, because they can use that as a weapon. The only woman that applies to is a woman that's a virgin. Good luck there. Good shit.
Manipulation, a controversial one. Let's go there. Women use sex as a weapon and then act shocked when it backfires. And you know what? Me, I love a little manipulation and I love using things as weaponry. It's fine. It's fine. Let's do it, ladies. Yeah. But if you are going to use your sexuality to attract some cockroacha, some cockroach of a man, yeah, and then cry about it and complain, I don't feel bad for you. Why don't we use our sexuality and sensuality to make men better? Just better people. Like, why don't we choose, like natural selection, to sleep with good men who do good things, as opposed to random, abusive, hobo-ish type of people?
That's what I was saying. I mean, look who they're flocking towards just natural. When everything is cool, society is flush, nothing. What are they flocking towards? They're not flocking towards the good ones, the decent guys. They're flocking towards chaos. So much so, dudes will sell their souls to try to get at bats with these women. They will download the Ted Bundy programming, the Pookie programming, just to get at bats with these women. You got to be a simulation to bang a simulation. This shit's too late. It's too late. They already made their decision. Now I know they'll find a guy. Just make sure you're not that guy. Did that video the other day with Slim Thug. He got a woman, he alpha widow, been divorced 5 times. Superhead got dudes coming at her. And she mentally gone. They always gonna have dudes that's gonna be coming out, and those dudes will pay dearly. They'll be making MGTOW videos.
And withhold sex in relationship who do good things, as opposed to random, abusive, hobo-ish type of people. Women withhold sex in relationships with men who are there for them and the fathers of their children, as opposed to some, as Shira Seven says, Dusty, that has done nothing for her. We use it to manipulate as opposed to use it as leverage for something good. Okay? And it is a powerful tool, and everything is a tool in the world, and it's great. We are shocked then when good men get detached from us or get angry or stray. And I'm not saying that it is your prerogative to sleep with your husband that you no longer love and no longer fancy. That's fine, leave him, it's not my business. But I'm saying that we have this idea that, you know, we will never use our sexuality because...
you know. Spiritual discernment, bro. Again, that woman was never there to begin with, man. Dude's got to... I don't know. I feel bad for a lot of guys out there. Again, but y'all don't believe in God though, so you know this is where we are. Don't believe in God, so of course you're not going to send him on a spiritual scale. But again, you can Hello, my name is Mr. Gump. I know who you are, Mr. Gump. Feeling fresh out the gate, man. Wow, that just man, dudes who's up here go through all that rigmarole, getting married, having a house, having the kids, and then they be talking like this, bro.
So a lot of times what I see is that women are expressing my emotional needs are not met, aka their attachment needs, and I physically cannot get turned on by my partner anymore. In fact, they start to get disgusted, like they get the ick, so majorly bad. And could you open up your body and allow someone to like penetrate your being if you feel disgusted by them? They feel like they're violating themselves and someone is violating them.
And this dude proposed, got the mortgage going, slaving away at a job, and that's how they view it, bro. I tell you, man, that's wow. Get that spiritual discernment, y'all, because this is, man.
When all this are no longer fancy, that's fine, leave him, it's not my business. But I'm saying that we have this idea that, you know, we will never use our sexuality because sexuality is freedom and all this stuff, but yet you use it in your relationship coercively, right? But when I say don't sleep with random men who've done nothing for you, that's bad because sexuality should be free. So it's free for some random, but it's expensive for the person you love. It's not a strategy. It should be used as an expression of the merit that that person holds for you.
It don't mean anything to them. Why should it mean something for you? She already gave it away. God knows how many people when she's going through a whole phase. Now she want to flip the switch. And the man who takes that deal pays dearly. And that's why the space exists. Because dudes are taking that deal left and right. And that's a raw deal. If it don't mean anything to them, why should it mean something to you?
Anyway, number 6. Women are addicted to the fantasy of having it all. That kind of integrates with the one I said before. And marketing knows it. And this one is a difference, right? I don't like that we're marketed to because we act in an idiotic way, that we can have it all and that you should demand it all. But the truth is you can't. You have to have some rigor in life. And you
Yeah, you know, again, the normies are catching up. We already know this. This is what commercials and everything market towards women. We already know this. But again, the normies are catching up, and I'm reading the comments. Oh my God, you're so smart. But hey, man, as long as the message is getting out there, I guess. Yeah. Yep, that's why commercials and television and everything is y'all spending the most of the money. Exactly. Cats like myself, single, no kids, we're conservative. Man, I just ain't blowing money like that, man. Very, very selective in what I buy. I don't gotta be up in the stores all the goddamn time. I still got stuff I had in high school. I still got shirts I wore in high school.
and things have to be hard work sometimes. I'm meaning this in Korea, okay? You cannot have endless youth with plastic surgeries. You can't have no consequences to your actions. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can have a lot of things, but you've got to be accountable for what you have and what you don't have, okay? The pivot is you can have anything but not everything at once. Decide what season you're in and commit to it fully. Mothers who are complaining about their kids, I love to complain about my kids. I love to complain about my husband. It's my favorite hobby, okay? Because I have a British sense of humor, added my Russian kind of dark humor to it. I go off, people are confused whether I even like my kids or husband, right? But it's a sense of humor for me. Okay, the guy who's loading the trolleys is back. He's moved himself closer.
This one was kind of boring. I ain't gonna even front. She's kind of boring, but we'll continue, man. Let's keep going, man.
Me to now inspect what I am talking about, whether he agrees or not. Keep in mind, my camera's up on my dashboard, so he's like very, very interested, okay? You can have everything, but not at once, and some things take effort, and you need to commit to your season of what you're doing and be okay with it. Number 7, women struggle with self-awareness, okay? We love to analyze men, what they do, what they don't do, how he didn't reply, how he's toxic, how he's not very good. We rarely stop and study our own nature. A lot of DMs I get.
No internal cultivation. I've been saying this for the longest time. I've actually been talking like this before I had all these clips, man. They have no internal cultivation. They have no internal cultivation. And woe to the man that bases his self-worth, that sells his soul. That's why I say, even if you lose a part of yourself. If you go into this with the spirit of ignorance, even Proverbs call the man who doesn't know who he is, no purpose, simple-minded. If you go into this under this simple-minded energy, you lose a part of yourself. Even though you're gonna pay dearly, money, energy, time. even if you get the wisdom after the fact, I mean, how much did it take away from you to get to that point? Now, my whole point is, why does it take that for a lot of guys? How about you just don't do it? That's why I said I ain't had sex yet. I caught that early. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that because it leads to nowhere. It's gonna come full circle, and y'all gonna be making MGTOW videos sounding like me. No internal cultivation, y'all. I don't know what it is. They don't look inward. You have an advantage here, bro. But again, dudes thinking ain't nothing without a woman. You ain't shit. You need a woman. You need that to validate your manhood. You're gone, bro. You're gone. You need that. You need to go through that to validate being a man.
I don't have the facility in my soul to go into how deeply how the woman views the world is different. I will use an imagined example, but it kind of encapsulates a lot of it. Women will say things that make no sense. For example, he wanted to be casual with me. He doesn't really want a relationship. We're sleeping together. I thought we got connected, but then I found out he's sleeping with other women. What do I do? I don't understand the question, Rebecca. I don't understand that question. He said he doesn't want commitment. You still have a connection, which is a sexual one, and a friendship, probably that's fine. But then he's sleeping with other women. What do I do? What is the question?
Now that I can respect that. I don't want commitment. I'm not gonna be in a relationship. I'm telling you up front. And she will lie to herself for the man that she wants. And again, if you're up front, I respect the guys that are up front. Let me see if I can find that. I respect the dudes that are up front and can still do it. Let me see if I can find that. Where is it? I should have had that. Well, I didn't know I was going to have to do that. I'll be doing all this on the fly, y'all. Let me see. Where is it? Can I find it? Dang it. Where's she at, man? I can't find her. Damn it. Dang it.
Women do what, attack them at night and annihilate your enemy? Like, what do you want me to say? He said what he said, and it coincides with the truth and the reality. I don't understand what strategy you want me to give. You know what I mean? Or what do I do, as in, like, what do I do with my broken spirit? Or what do I do? There's a lack of self-awareness. We avoid confronting our own flaws. We avoid confronting our own contradictions.
Dating coaches quit all the time because women want that guy. They want that dude. They want him to be loyal. Dating coaches quit left and right because women are under this freaking indoctrination, and dudes are molding themselves to this, man. Woe to the man. Woe to the man that's basing his self-worth on this. Oh man, I can't find it. God dog it.
And as the problem, and we don't realize our contribution to the dynamic, okay? The pivot is make self-inquiries. How am I the problem in this situation? What am I not seeing? What role am I playing in this dynamic? If this was a movie or a play, what would my role be? And self-awareness plus feminine energy, girl, that will make you irreplaceable.
They don't get that till after the fact. They don't get that till after they've been throttled in the streets getting all the sausages. So yeah, you'll get that 40-plus-year-old woman. Yeah, now she got it now after being throttled and prolapsed ass and shit on. Yeah, now she'll get it. You winner! It's always after the fact, y'all. It's always after the fact. Like I said, on these phones, listening to shitty ass music, their friends, society, most of them are going to fall for the trap. They're going to bite forth the fruit. Good luck trying to find an anomaly, if you will.
We got 9 and 10 to go, okay? Sit down, class isn't over. Women don't understand men, and most don't want to. The only way you want to talk about men is how to make them obsessed or how to manipulate them. Why do you think I title my episodes Understand Men, and most don't want to?
You've been saying that.
The only way you want... We got 9 and 10 to go, okay? Sit down, class isn't over. Women don't understand men, and most don't want
They don't want to.
Sit down, class isn't over. Women don't understand men, and most don't want to.
They don't care what we think. They don't care what we think. They don't care what we want. They want to have the man be the square peg in the round hole. That's why I talk to most of them. I don't go back and forth, y'all. This is exactly why I don't go back and forth. I've always known this, and you can tell the men who are under the same energy as well. Usually when they're cream pieing them and they don't have an identity, they're gonna have the same goddamn energy. They don't care what we want. They're gonna do what they want to do and then try to make it work after the fact.
You want to talk about men as how to make them obsessed or how to manipulate them. Why do you think I title my episodes and
A lot of guys do that shit too. That's why y'all going on dating courses and all that shit. Y'all want an easy answer to have a woman be in love with you. There's not an easy answer. There's no one size fits all. And getting a woman and keeping a woman are two separate things. All I can tell you is if you want peace, you better stay by yourself. I know that much. I may not know a lot, but I know that damn much. You don't get peace with peace. Reason number 85011. I've been improving my case so much it's ridiculous. Look, are y'all hearing the energy? No cultivation. Molded by their lust, their hormones. They don't give a shit about what dudes think. That's why I said, man, I ain't never been a big fan trying to convince a woman to like me. Either do or you don't. And the door will always be right there. That's why I said the door is always there. Don't you ever think you can't leave, man. Always. The door is always right there.
and give you the truth in them, because I want you to listen, because all you want to know is how to manipulate one, how to catch one like they're a rare Pokemon. We want men to understand us, and we appreciate our needs, and shape shift for us, and change their reality for us, and do what we want. But we have little...
Here she go. That was pretty funny, the rare Pokemon. Yeah, man. Yeah. Did he lie to you, or did you lie to yourself? And like I said before, I'll say it again. You know, a lot of people got to use the AMS tactics, because that's the way, so they can play the victim. She needs you to lie to her. She already knows. She knows you ain't shit. She knows it. She just needs you to do that so she can play the victim.
A man can manipulate you with a lie, and he can manipulate you with the truth. But the men who really are master manipulators, they're the ones that's going to tell you the truth, because they understand that you're going to tell yourself a lie in order to stay connected to them. I've even heard a quote that said the truth, because they understand that you're going to tell yourself a lie in order to stay connected to them. They're the ones that's going to tell you the truth, because they understand that you're going to tell yourself a lie in order to stay connected to them.
Delude themselves. And then whenever that don't work, she feels some kind of way. That's why the Joseph and Potiphar's wife resonates with me. I'm going to have to do another video on that, man. Women who sit up there and they like a guy, and then another guy comes along. She said this dude raped her, damn it. Because or he rejects her and she feels some kind of way, and he said he raped her. That T-App's a prime example too. There are not all those guys on there are pieces of shit. There are some decent guys on there that rejected a woman, and then she slanders them because she feels some kind of way. This is the energy that's out here, y'all. Again, I don't understand the appeal. I see why I naturally rejected. And the sad part is, it's so many women. And for the longest time, I was like, damn, it's in so many freaking women. Like, a lot. I'm talking about like 98%. It's in so many freaking women. I'm like, God dang, man. It's scary, bro. The majority of them are out here, again, the only ones that don't apply to a virgin. Good luck. Good luck out there, bro.
And we'll come on. We want men to understand us, and we appreciate our needs, and shape shift for us, and change their reality for us, and do what we want. But we have little curiosity about their own nature and little acceptance of it. It's different to our nature and their struggles and their design. And I know, patriarchy, they suppress us. Why should they get that favor from us? Because I guess you have sons and husbands, and it's the new world, and if you really love them, but like I said in point number 1, you don't actually like men, you just tolerate them, okay? Learn to listen to men without projecting or interrupting your fears and your truth. Don't you want to know, even if they are potentially your enemy and you hate the patriarchy? I don't, but if you do, don't you want to know their truth and their reality so you can act accordingly like a cobra on a rock and attack? Curiosity will do more for you than control ever will. Let's say that again, Margarita, for the people in the back. Curiosity will do more for you and your life than control ever will, because when you control, you're blind to the reality. Number 9. Women's competition with other women destroys communities. Yep. We have a motherlessness problem. Yes, we have a fatherlessness problem because men bounce all the time. But we have
Don't throw men. Don't throw. See, they ain't talking about all men. They're not talking about all men. They're talking about a small percentage because most dudes are gonna stick around. Most dudes are gonna stick around and be Forrest Gump. So when she's talking about men, she's not talking about the average man. She's talking about the 20%ers that's like on that T app. When they talking about men, they're not talking about all men. I'm not gonna let you just slander all men because y'all like chasing after freaking Ted Bundy.
Of lack of mothering for the planet, the children and the animals and everything, because we've been convinced that we need to work and pay tax. Not that we shouldn't. Don't get me wrong. I love to work and pay tax. It makes me so happy to pay tax. But we've been convinced, and this is everybody's problem, not just women's, but we've been convinced that that is more important than our care for the community, which is what women used to do, and our care for, and men should do it too. Look, it's universal, but the world and all the small creatures are seeking for our compassion, and women have that compassion, and men naturally don't. Instead of supporting each other, we isolate women, we don't support women. Instead of collaborating, we compare and tear each other down. You see women do it online all the time. We don't build healthy communities and support networks, which is what our superpower is. Women care about other people, right? As in, like, we care what she said, we care what he said, we care how to talk, how to look. Men care about things more than, that's the biggest difference in sexes, studies have shown. Men care about things, as in like machinery, things, how things work, and women care about interpersonal relationships. We want to say that we care about sisterhood, but we don't act on it. Let's, from now on, from watching this video or from listening to this podcast, collaborate in a sisterly way. Just grit your teeth and bear it. The world needs you. Your sister winning doesn't mean you losing. A woman winning doesn't mean you losing. A woman being prettier than you. Shocking. There are prettier women than you does not mean you are ugly, okay? And a man out there will think you are prettier than another woman, and another man will think she's prettier. So it's not about performing for men. Truth number 10. Women hold more power than they admit, and they misuse it. Oh, they suppress us. Oh, they oppress us. You have choices. You have choices. In some countries in the world, they really don't have choices. You, my friend, in this first world country, have choices. Women are gatekeepers of sex, of birth, of emotional regulation in relationships, but we rarely use that power to uplift the situation, and we refuse to understand how much power we hold. Oh, but he, okay, but he. Instead, we use it to feed our egos, we use it to, again, use it against other women, or we keep others small. Imagine what would happen if we used our power and the fact that we are goddesses who bring light, human life into this world for good. Imagine.
The man's semen is what gives life. The woman's womb is to incubate the life. You don't give life, you incubate the life. The man's seed is life. This goes basically both parts. Well, I can flip that on both because a lot of men don't know who they are. No internal cultivation. There's a bunch of people out here downloading Babylonian programming, just lost in the sauce, blind leading the blind. And it's just a cesspool. Let's finish this up.
Build and not to destroy. Ask, am I using my power to inspire him, my family, everyone around me, or to control and destroy them?
The latter.
Okay?
The latter.
Those are the truths. Let's see if anyone still subscribes to me.
The normies are catching up, man. She ain't saying nothing we don't know already. But yeah, the normies, oh, you're so smart. How about that? A woman like you, that's so smart. But hey, it is what it is. As long as the message is getting out there, the conversations are being had. Interesting times ahead. AI is here. I said before, I'll say it again. The rich elite don't need you anymore because they got AI here. It's going to start putting people out of work. But it is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Let me finish playing my girl here. Hold up.
With the truth, but the man who really a man can manipulate you with a lie, and he can manipulate you with the truth. But the man who really a master manipulators, they're the ones that's gonna tell you the truth because they understand that you're gonna tell yourself a lie in order to stay connected to them. I've even heard a quote that said, you don't even have to lie to a woman. If she likes you enough, she gonna lie to herself. And this is how you end up getting tied up with a man who not gonna give you anything you need. You meet him and he be like, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm not ready for no relationship. But he still wines and dines you, still brings you flowers, still spends the night with you, still has sex with you, does all the things that he would do if he was in a relationship with you. And you fall for that and you say, well, why you treating me like this if you don't want to be with me? He gonna be like, I told you I didn't want to be in this relationship. That's the trick. The truth gives him the power over you because you get to make all your decisions. And then when you start tripping on him and telling him, well, you did this and you did that and I thought this and I thought that, he's gonna be like, no, but I told you. So I know that most men who are really manipulative don't even be lying to women. They tell women the truth. The only difference is they'll tell you the truth, I'm not ready for a relationship, but they'll do the exact opposite of what they said. So if what he says is not matching what he's doing, then 9 times out of 10 you are being manipulated. If he tells you he loves you, but he's not doing anything to prove that to you, that's manipulative too, because he'll tell you what you want to hear, but he will never do the things that align with what he's telling you. So how do you know you're not being manipulated? Words match with actions consistently. And the minute the words stop matching the actions or the actions stop matching the words, you know that this is not a serious person. Consistency is the telltale sign of if a motherfucker real with you. But I believe in trusting your intuition, asking God to reveal people to you, making sure that you don't give so much of yourself to where you invest too much and you feel like once you find out the truth, you can't walk away. Because that's what we do. We fall in love with behaviors and with words before we give people time to prove if that's who they genuinely are. Don't just see how they treat you. See how they treat other people. See how they treat waiters and waitresses. How do they treat their parents? What do people tell them about themselves? What do their families say?
Y'all still flock towards him, even though he's a piece of shit. Y'all be knowing. Y'all be knowing, and then want to feel some kind of way after the fact. Y'all aren't stupid. Y'all know. Y'all are connected. But hey, man, that's pretty much it. My girl there, she was kind of funny, kind of boring, but she was alright. The normies are catching up, y'all. Like I say, hey, man, we're here. Interesting times, man. Milk's been spilled. The die's been cast. All you can do is move accordingly. Survey says one more for the good guys. I'm out, good peoples. Laters.